I decided to do a recap video to showcase what we accomplished during this 30 weeks. We started with this dashboard, just showing some Azure function without any link. And then we went right after, start building application, leveraging C Sharp. How you can see here, we built this application with all those services. I won't go in depth in everything we have built so far. If you want to learn more, watch all the video. There's 30 video about how we went through everything we went through, and then we went to this infrastructure. We keep adding services, keep adding stuff, and then we go in depth talking about Azure storage and compare Azure storage with other services like AWS and GCP. We went in detail about everything, and we talk about file storage, and we also talk about the application insight, how we can leverage application insight to monitor our application. We also went in depth, adding more function, talk about, I can see here, introducing Azure function. And when we talk about Azure function, we went straight to adding Azure function, adding using leveraging storage table for our application. Also, we build our more complex application here that leveraging Azure function, leveraging app service, REST API, C Sharp, and also WebJob. So to build storage services to build a highly scalable, highly available application. And we went from that, since our application was open to everybody, we decided to implement using leveraging Azure AD B2C so that we can secure our application. And then we build this application, deploying it, leveraging Azure B2C. And from there, we decided, hey, our application is secure. Each user can only access its resources, but it wasn't that secure. We decided to implement, since a user is able to access our application directly, we decided to introduce a new term called API management, in the way that we went in depth explaining what is API management. And then we decided to build our application in this way, in the way that we have our application that's deployed in the app service. Our app service is deployed inside a VNet, and we using a backend internal Cosmos DB, and also using our internal load balancer. And also we also add application insight for monitoring, and we deploy our internal application management, API management, so that user cannot access the application directly. Like you can see here, user can access the application directly, but currently we add the internal the API management, and also we add our Azure application gateway, and we also leverage Azure private DNS, so that our user we go through our Azure application gateway first, go to our internal API management, and then finally we reach our application, so that everything is secure inside the VNet with security group to make sure that our application is more secure and we have a valid architecture. And from that, let me go to the UI and show you how beautiful is it. We start having this application leveraging the Swagger UI. You can see here the Swagger UI. It looks beautiful, but it's more for developer. So we want our application to have a more better view for our end user. We use Blazor. We develop this application here that is more beautiful to use. And from this, we say, hey, our application needs to be more faster. We implement a Redis. A caching, we deploy our cache services to cache some data, so that our application will be more faster. And also say that, hey, application is more faster, but we need to be able to interact using API management. We deploy this API management. As you can see here, we can access application, do everything using the API management. Here you have a post request, get request, and everything is working. We can get anything here using API management. That was a beauty that we built. I'm happy that you were all part of this, and everything's looking great. Let us get everything's working. You can even test and see how it's working. Let me send some trace and see the value we get, leveraging our API management, and that's a beauty. And finally, here's the code we built together. It's a lot of code, And I always say, anybody don't know C#, don't worry, you're on the radar. We build a lot of code. It's a lot of code here, a lot of things that we work together, and that's beauty. And I'm happy that it was all there and we work together and we build everything. We have a code here for our Azure function. You can see here the code for our web job. We have a code for that's a library that is shared between those projects. We have a code our NodeKeeper. So if you want to learn more about all those code, about C#, we're on the radar. So that's a brief recap for what we did. So we went from this, keep working harder, and we reached this level, and finally we are here. We have a highly secure, highly available application. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of everybody. I'm proud of myself. Thank you for always be there, and that's just a beginning. So that was a great Azure journey. So see you next for a AWS journey, and after the AWS journey, we will leverage AWS services with Python, and then we go to GCP, or we leverage GCP services with Python also. See you for the next journey. That was so amazing. I'm happy that you like it. I'm happy that you learned a lot. I'm happy that everybody was satisfied, and I was happy to get all the feedback for improvement. Thank you. See you for